Hi cruise friends, welcome to Backroads Tourist. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Jeff, and my wife and I love cruising and visiting quirky places all over the United States. Stick around, I'm going to give you a list of 10 freebies, perks, and discounts you can get on your next cruise. I like free stuff and I like discounted stuff, and I bet you do too. Now remember, different cruise lines offer different things, so everything I talk about in this video may or may not be offered by your cruise line. Let's jump right in with our first entry to our list of freebies, perks, and discounts. Depending on the cruise line, you may fall into a category that entitles you to a discount on your cruise. If you're a member of the military, first responder, teacher, over the age of 55, or if you've cruised with the cruise line before, you might find that you're eligible for a discounted rate. If you think this might apply to you, make sure you mention it to your travel agent. And speaking of travel agents, that leads us to tip number 2. Most of the time when you use a travel agent, it doesn't cost you anything. The agent gets paid by the cruise company. Not only can a travel agent get you a great price on your cruise, but a lot of times they'll even give you a little gift for booking through them. I recall one time a travel agent gave us $25 in onboard credit, and another time we got to our cabin and found a bottle of wine compliments of the travel agency. Did you know that if you own 100 shares of stock in some cruise companies, you're entitled to onboard credit as a shareholder benefit? It's true, but before I tell you about it, I want to make it clear that I am in no way an expert on investments and I'm not giving financial advice. You should do your own research and make your own decisions. I'm just telling you about the shareholder benefit, and as far as I know, only Carnival Corporation, Royal Caribbean Group, and Norwegian Cruise Lines are offering this perk, and each company is ever so slightly different. First of all, if you're new to cruising, let me explain what onboard credit is. It's a certain amount of money that's credited to your account, but you need to spend it on the cruise. You can use it to buy drinks, specialty dinners, items from the onboard gift shop, things like that. But if you don't use it by the end of the cruise, you lose it. So here's the rundown. If you own 100 shares or more of Carnival stock, you get onboard credit of $50 for a cruise of 6 nights or fewer, $100 for 7 to 13 nights, and $250 for 14 nights or longer. This applies to all of the cruise lines in the Carnival Cruise Line family, including Carnival, Princess, Holland America, P&O, and a few others. Royal Caribbean Group covers Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and Silver Sea cruises. They offer $50 onboard credit for a cruise of 5 nights or fewer, $100 for 6 to 13 nights, and $250 for 14 nights or longer. Norwegian also includes Oceania and Regent 7 Seas. For a cruise of 6 nights or less, you get $50 credit, 7 to 14 nights is $100, and 15 nights or more is $250. And remember, these numbers are all in US dollars. All of these cruise benefits are pretty much the same, but the number of nights differs slightly, and some cruise lines have restrictions on what you can use the onboard credit for. Again, do your own research before you invest in any stocks. Do you like champagne? Do you like free champagne? Well, there may be a couple of chances for you to get a glass or two of bubbly on your next cruise. Complimentary champagne is usually available at the art auction, and your cruise may have a champagne fountain or a champagne tower one night. Here's a hint, it's probably going to be on a formal night. Many of the shops on board will have sales events, and those events may include raffles or drawings. It's going to cost you a few minutes of your time, and you may get a sales pitch or two thrown at you, but if you don't mind that, you could win something. We're done with the first 5. We're halfway through the list of freebies, discounts, and perks for your next cruise. Now, do you want to know something else that's totally free? Subscribing to the Backroads Tourist channel. Absolutely no cost whatsoever, and every week I give you a video on cruising. It might be a ship tour or a profile of a fun destination or a list of tips like this one. But do I stop there? No, I don't. I also put out a new video each week on strange, quirky, and interesting places all across the USA. It's fun. You'll like it. But don't take my word for it. Subscribe and find out for yourself. Now back to the list. For number 6, let's go to the casino. Our very first cruise was on Norwegian. And when we went into the casino on the first day, we were given a complimentary spin on a prize machine. My wife didn't win anything, but I won dinner for two at a specialty restaurant. On our last couple cruises on Princess, about every half hour they would randomly give away casino credit to people who were playing. On a side note, the Casino Players Club has sent us wine and chocolates to our cabin to thank us for playing. They've also given us free cruise offers. I've covered that on other videos, and I'll leave a link to one of those at the end of this video. There are a ton of activities going on all day and night. Many of those activities include contests that give away prizes. Now, don't get too excited. We probably aren't talking about a free cruise or anything like that. In fact, on our last cruise, one of the game show hosts jokingly referred to the prizes as ship prizes. That's ship prizes, but you get the idea. It could be a notebook, a koozie, or a small plastic trophy, but some of the more popular game shows, I have seen them give away things like dinners at specialty restaurants and bottles of wine or champagne. Don't be afraid to play the special occasion card. If you're celebrating your birthday, anniversary, or honeymoon, don't keep it a secret. It could score you a special dessert, a free drink, or some other perk. For instance, we really wanted to dine at the chef's table on Princess last year. The chef's table is an elaborate dining experience that is limited to about a dozen people. Most people who request it don't get chosen, but when I called in to get on the list, I sort of dropped the fact that I was celebrating my birthday, and I don't know if that helped, but it certainly didn't hurt. And there was another couple there celebrating a birthday too. Coincidence? You decide. On our last cruise, our room steward found out that it was my wife's birthday, and he left these little guys in our cabin. We didn't get to keep them, but it was a fun, unexpected perk. Most cruise lines have seminars that tell you about the ports you're going to be visiting, and almost all of these seminars recommend places to shop. You might get a small gift for attending, like a charm or something like that, and you may be told that if you visit certain stores, they're going to give you a little gift too. And make no mistake, these seminars are little more than sales pitches for the stores. The gifts you get will be cheap little trinkets, but I wanted to include this on the list because it does fit the definition of a freebie. Well, finally, here we are at tip number 10. I think that pretty much every cruise line has a loyalty program of some sort. The more cruises you take or the more days you spend on board, the better the perks are going to be. At first, the rewards are pretty unremarkable. You may get a free pin or a small discount on certain things, but if you stick with a certain line and you climb to higher tiers in the loyalty program, you're going to get better perks, like invitations to exclusive cocktail parties, deeper discounts on certain packages and purchases, and complimentary laundry service. Which cruise line do you think has the best perks, discounts, and freebies? What are some of the ones I've missed? Now, I've only listed 10, but I know there are plenty more out there. What's your favorite perk or freebie? Let me know about it in the comments section. And if you found this video helpful or interesting, please do me a favor and give it a like. I'm Jeff, and I'll see you on the back roads or on a future cruise.